Hey guys, this is Smizzle, one of the DK pros, talking to you today about how to be a little more successful at NBA if this is the first chance that you're getting into it. If you're new to DFS and you started by playing NFL, it's really exciting, but NBA moves a little bit differently. It's a different type of sport than NFL in the sense that the scoring just comes completely rapidly. It's also different in the sense that they don't have to report injuries the way that they have to report them in the NFL. There's no probable, questionable, doubtful that can kind of tie you into knowing who's going to play and who's not. So that really changes, and it sometimes changes in the last 30 minutes right before lineups lock. The best way to find this information is on Twitter. Follow all the teams' accounts, follow their PR accounts, and the beat writers for those teams to get the most information that you can right up until tip-off. The second thing that you've got to do is you've got to monitor this a little bit later in the night, because players can just take a night off, a mental health day, if they feel like playing that night, or if the coaches want to give them a little bit of rest, and it's not going to be reported on the injury sheet, and sometimes it can come down really quickly. On DraftKings, we have late swap. And the way that you can use that best to your advantage is to move the later players that are tipping off lower on your roster sheet. So use the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center spots for your players that are starting earlier, if and whenever possible. Use the flex spots, the guard, forward, and utility, for players that are tipping off later in the evening. And because of those Twitter accounts that you followed, you can then know if some of your players that are tipping off later, sometimes they're just not in the lineup, and it gives you more flexibility to swap players out if and when you have to, because they're not possibly playing that night. It doesn't always happen, but it does happen more in NBA than other sports. One last tip: stick with the beginner games as long as you can to really get your feet wet and understand what you're doing in NBA, so that you can be more successful both in the short term and building the tools you need to be successful in the long term. That's it for now. Tune in next time, and I'm Smizzle. We'll see you later on DKTV. Bye, everybody.